What's up, y'all? This is a unit showcase right here. Oh yeah! But before any of y'all say anything, yes, I am aware that new units have came out since Eminence of the Shadow Crossover has ended. However, I still want to do a unit showcase on the boy, the MC of the anime, Shadow himself. Oh yeah, so without further ado, let's go with the skill first, which is called Shadow Claw. It does 3000% dark damage physical, so he is a physical unit. Increase all stats by 20% for 8 seconds. So that right there is nice, and then the cooldown right here is 12 seconds. I do kind of wish this was 10 seconds, so that way you only have to wait 2 seconds in between instead of 4. But you know what? It's whatever. So now, let's go with the arts. Shadow Slash. It does 20,000% dark damage physical. Increase attack by 100% and all allies will not flinch for 20 seconds. So you're probably wondering, what does this mean by will not flinch? Basically, it means they won't get frozen or paralyzed or anything like that at all. However, they could still be fainted, which I think is a little dumb, but you know, whatever. But there is that to help them a little bit when it comes to status elements like those. So now let's go with the true arts, Shadow Phantom. It does 60,000% dark damage physical. Increase all allies arts gauge by 30. So that's like instant or burst arch gen right there. Reduce enemies physical resistance by 60% and evasion rate by 30% for 40 seconds. Stats. Yeah, so the physical res and the evasion rate does stack. These are debuffs to the boss. So that right there is very good. Awesome. Because you could literally just spam true arts because everybody will get the burst of 30. Not only that, if you have a mono physical team, everybody will capitalize on this physical res. And since it stacks, you could have somebody like Shiro Emiya, for example, because on his true arts, it does do a debuff of the physical res, so you could just go ahead and do that. Boom, there you go. It stacks with Shadow right here, and then you'll get a 160% physical res down onto the enemy or boss, which that is pretty awesome. And then now let's go with the super arts right here, which is atomic.
Don't judge that.
Anyways, it does 180,000% dark damage physical, so that is a pretty good damage modifier right there. All allies ignore enemies defense by 100% for 30 seconds. So that right there is solid, since he doesn't give anybody crit or super crit at all. At least he gives everybody defense ignore. Increase damage by 200% for 30 seconds for the units not in status element when Shadow is activating super arts. So what it means right here, activating super arts, is as long as the animation is going on, he gives everybody 200% damage buff. That right there is pretty nice, and that right there to have him be, you know, sort of like a damage dealer. But in this case, I'm gonna have it just basically spam true arts. So now let's go with the abilities right here. Light Killer level 7, damage to light enemies 35% up. So if you pair him up against enemies that are light, he'll do 35% more damage than the usual units. Physical equip CT speed level 3, physical equip CT speed 15% up. So I'm assuming that's only towards his own physical equip right here. So that is pretty good. That way these two could come up, you know, pretty fast right there. And then Eminence in the Shadow, his own unique passive right here is autofills dark units arts gauge by 5 when Shadow's HP 70% or more, only once. So if you have him like on a mono dark team, everybody would just get that passive 5 arts every second as long as he's on 70% or more HP. So that right there is pretty nice. And then of course I have his SPR right here. All SPRs do the exact same thing. So now let's go on to the team right here. Yeah, it's almost mono physical except for Hoka right there. But the quest right here is the Friday's Nova Crest Palace. Oh yeah, because I think this is right here the best to showcase Shadow, and in a way to showcase Holy Knight Roy, or Ultimate Paladin Roy, however you want to call him. So speaking of which, yeah, I have the boy, the GOAT himself, Shiro Emiya right here on the team to be basically pretty much a tank, as well as to lower that physical risk since you could stack with Shadow like how I mentioned earlier. And then now we have Holy Knight Roy because he's going to be the main DPS for the team, as well as he arch gens on the super arts. And then Hoka right here because, well, he is the best support unit in terms of arch gen, as well as lowering crit res and giving everybody 300% crit damage. So that right there, all good and everything. So now without further ado, let's go on to the quest. All right, here we are. So let's activate everybody's skill first. So I'm gonna go ahead and activate arcs with Shiro right here. Activate out the support equips and also this one, because this one arch gens for Shadow. All right, here we go. Super arch to start the arch gen. All right, away. Oh yeah, there we go. And then I'm gonna do arch one more time to refresh the timer for the barrier. All right, there we go. I'm actually gonna activate super arts on Regulus, which is battle 3, because so that way unlimited blade works for Shiro could last as long as possible, you know. There we go. And also I like to hear his theme and all of that as well. So let's just go with true arch right here, super arch, arch genning right here. Oh yeah, there we go. Bada boy. Let's just keep doing that. And that's basically what you do with Shadow mostly. It's just true arch right here. All right, let's go with that. Let's go with that. And then your Shiro, actually I know he's gonna go ahead and do that, so I'm gonna activate the equips right here. You know what? Let's activate that. Bada boy. There we go. Awesome. To do a little bit of that damage, let's go ahead and do arch with Shiro right here. Oh yeah. And then look at that. Holy Knight Roy without activating Phantom Bullet is already doing that much damage. That's pretty crazy. Alright. You know what? One more true arch for Shiro right here, just to help a little bit with the damage. Alright, there we go. Cool. Alright, that's fine. I'm just gonna go ahead and activate that. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do super arch just once, so that way Holy Knight Roy right here could get the defense ignore, so that way he could do a lot more damage. And then you heard Shadow right there just saying his iconic "I am ultimate." Oh yeah, there we go. Awesome. And then bottom boy, that's pretty good damage. You know, let's do arch right here to increase the attack. Yeah, look at that. Boom, Regulus defeated right off the bat. Let's do arch right here, because I know Phoenix is gonna remove the barrier, but even so, just to still have it, right? One more. And then there we go. Technically speaking, you could say there's technically 3 Archgen units on the team. Right here. Alright, let's activate these. Yeah, so that way they don't take as much damage. And then, bada boy! What? Okay, there we go. I don't know why it just kind of just paused there for a moment, but you know what? It's all good. It's all good. You know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. Awesome. And then bada boy. Oh yeah, look at that damage. Ooh, that's sweet, sweet damage. I'm actually gonna do super arts, because I know it's not gonna land, but even so that way Holy Knight Roy could have defense ignore right here. That's why I'm mostly doing it. It's defense ignore, because I know it's gonna miss, because the boss has iframes when doing endless for the first time. Alright, that's fine, because I'm gonna go ahead and activate Phantom Bullet right here. Yeah. And look at that damage. Oh yeah, look at that. Woo! Yeah, boy. Alright. Oh, you're gonna do that? You're gonna do that? Nah, we good. We're chilling. Oh, you're lowering the health? Let me just go ahead and activate this real quick. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. That is pretty fast right there. 2 minutes and 6 seconds on the Friday's Nova Crest Palace, which before, from what I remember, is the team that I had previously before Eminence in the Shadow Crossover and Holy Knight Roy even came to global, is that this usually takes like 4 to 5 minutes for me, but with this team right here, oh yeah, just 2 minutes and 6 seconds. It could probably be lower, just a little more than this, if I just did some things different, but yeah, there you go. And now let's look at the details. Yeah, Ultimate Paladin Roy right here, 26.8 mil, and then Shadow following closely with the 22 mil right there. And then of course you can see the damage taken. Yeah, he took the most damage. And then recovery, there you go. And then if you're curious about break, there is that as well. So overall, what do you think of Shadow? I think he's an amazing unit. I think he's one of the best physical supporters out there because of his true arts right here, mostly because of that. Because he'll be best friends with almost every single physical unit out there. Once Eminence in the Shadow has a rerun, because I do believe they will have a rerun with this anime right here, you should definitely try to get Shadow if you have the units that I mentioned earlier. So let me know what y'all think about Shadow right here. Anyways, the next unit showcase will be Holy Knight Roy, aka Ultimate Paladin Roy, or somebody likes to call him Uppies Roy. Anyways, that's it. See ya.